Ever found yourself lost in a whirlwind of tasks, deadlines looming, and ideas scattered like confetti? You're not alone. In today's fast-paced world, staying organized can feel like a superpower, and that's where tools like Trello come in. This visually intuitive platform has become a go-to for individuals and teams alike, helping to streamline workflows and bring order to the chaos. But have you ever stopped to think about what makes Trello tick behind the scenes? What digital DNA forms the very essence of this productivity powerhouse? In other words, what language is Trello actually written in? It's a question that might not keep you up at night, but for the tech-curious among us, it's a fascinating peek under the hood of a tool we rely on daily. Understanding the technology that powers our favorite applications can give us a deeper appreciation for their functionality and the ingenuity of the developers who bring them to life. Think of it like this: you admire a beautifully crafted piece of furniture. You appreciate its design, its functionality, how it fits perfectly into your space. But wouldn't it be even more interesting to know what kind of wood it's made from, the joinery techniques used to assemble it, the finish that gives it its unique luster? That deeper understanding adds another layer of appreciation. Similarly, knowing the programming languages and technologies behind Trello can illuminate the choices made by its creators, the performance characteristics of the platform, and even its potential for future development. So, let's embark on this little exploration together. We'll delve into the core technologies that form the backbone of Trello, unraveling the mystery of its digital origins. Get ready to discover the linguistic landscape that underpins this popular productivity tool. To truly understand what language Trello is written in, we need to consider the different layers of a modern web application. It's not usually a single language that does all the heavy lifting. Instead, it's often a symphony of technologies working in harmony. Think of it like a human body, different organs and systems, each with its specialized function, all contributing to the overall operation. In the world of web development, we generally talk about two main sides: the front end and the back end. The front end is what you, the user, directly interact with. It's the visual interface, the buttons you click, the cards you drag and drop, the overall layout and design you see in your browser. The primary languages of the front end are HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. HTML, hypertext markup language, provides the structural foundation of a web page. It's like the skeleton defining the elements and content on the page. CSS, cascading style sheets, handles the presentation and styling. Think of it as the clothing and aesthetics. It dictates how the HTML elements look, their colors, fonts, layout, and responsiveness across different devices. JavaScript adds interactivity and dynamic behavior to the front end. It allows elements to respond to user actions, update content without reloading the entire page, and create engaging user experiences. Now, the back end is the unseen engine room of the application. It's where the data is stored, processed, and managed. It handles user authentication, data retrieval, and all the behind-the-scenes logic that makes the front end work seamlessly. A variety of programming languages and frameworks can be used for the back end, such as Python, Ruby on Rails, Node.js, Java, and many others. Databases are also a crucial part of the back end, responsible for storing and organizing the application's data. So, with this understanding of the front end and back end in mind, let's get to the heart of the question. What language is Trello written in? The answer, like many modern web applications, isn't a single language but rather a combination. However, there's a key player in Trello's development that deserves special attention: JavaScript. Yes, you heard that right. Trello was famously built using Meteor, a full-stack JavaScript framework. This means that a significant portion of both the front-end and the back-end logic of Trello is written in JavaScript. This might seem surprising at first. Traditionally, back-end development often involved languages like Ruby, Python, or Java. However, Meteor revolutionized web development by allowing developers to use JavaScript for both the client-side, front-end, and the server-side, back-end. This JavaScript everywhere approach offers several advantages. Developer efficiency. Using a single language across the entire stack can streamline development, as front-end and back-end developers can often understand and contribute to each other's code more easily. It reduces the context switching between different languages and paradigms. Code reusability. In some cases, code written for the front end can be reused or adapted for the back end, and vice versa, further enhancing efficiency. Real-time functionality. Meteor has built-in features that make it particularly well-suited for building real-time applications. This is a crucial aspect of Trello's collaborative nature, where changes made by one user are instantly reflected for others. So, while JavaScript, through the Meteor framework, is a dominant language in Trello's architecture, it's important to remember the supporting cast. HTML and CSS. As with virtually all web applications, HTML provides the structure of Trello's interface, and CSS styles its visual presentation. These are fundamental web technologies that work hand-in-hand with JavaScript. Databases. Trello relies on databases to store all its boards, lists, cards, user information, and other data. While the specific database technology might have evolved over time, it's a critical component of the back-end infrastructure. Other libraries and frameworks. Beyond Meteor, the developers at Trello likely utilize various other JavaScript libraries and frameworks to enhance specific functionalities and streamline development processes on both the front end and back end. These could include libraries for UI components, data management, and more. The choice of Meteor as the primary framework for Trello was a significant one. When Trello was initially developed, launched in 2011, Meteor was a relatively new but promising framework that emphasized real-time web applications and developer productivity. Its full-stack JavaScript philosophy aligned well with the need for a responsive and collaborative tool like Trello. With that said, thanks for watching, and until next time.